Hi everyone and welcome back, and I was completely wrong with my thoughts on the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm quite surprised the direction they're going, especially the date. It's roughly about 100 years earlier than I envisioned. It's a very interesting time as well. It's not as big as like Alexander the Great and the defeat of the Persian Empire, and it's not earlier with the Persian Empire's attacks on Greece. It's in the middle, in something called, which I can never pronounce, the Peloponnesian War. I probably said that wrong, but everything looks really interesting, especially the combat styles. I am surprised you can't use a shield. You're using a spear, part of a spear, and a sword. I think it would have been interesting to sort of improve upon the stuff in Assassin's Creed Origins and actually have shield combat, because there's so many different shields in ancient Greece that would have been quite interesting to use. Is this period going to be interesting? I think so, yes, but it wouldn't have been as interesting as like other periods. Like I said, if they'd done Alexander the Great, I think people would have found that a little bit more interesting. But it's not as contained as Greece, because mainly the fighting in this war was in the Greek heartland, so Sparta, Athens, Corinth, that sort of area. But it looks like there is going to be ship combat in the game and ship travel, which is really good. The war lasted about 30 years, so it'd be good to see like the different areas, how that changed as well, if they do the full 30 years. There was a period where Athens wanted to take over Sicily, and so they went to Messina and tried to take that city, which lasted 2 years. So the characters might go there, or I think that might be interesting if they did that as a DLC, where they went over to Sicily. So you've got a brand new island to explore. That might be how they do it. Another thing that people might find a bit confusing or hard to understand is a female character historically accurate? Especially a female character that's fighting and stuff and dressed in Greek armor. Now, I'm going to go into more detail about everything. I'm going to do what I did with Assassin's Creed Origins, but I ran out of time before the game came out. I've got enough time now, but basically Spartans were trained, even if they're male or female, in the same ways. I think the females weren't as quite, they started a bit later, but they've all got the same sort of military training. The idea for that was that the women could defend Sparta when the men were out on campaign, and so it is logical for a female to actually fight, not on the battlefield, but be able to fight and have the skills to do it. There is this myth as well that originated in the ancient times, more so it was in the Roman that was discussed. The idea of the Amazons, so these women who would fight and be dressed in armor and stuff like that. So that could be another element Assassin's Creed could bring into it, but I think they were more past Macedon, that sort of area. It seems very interesting. It's completely different from what I thought. Be interesting to see how they do it. Like I said, it's a shame they're not continuing Bayek's story, and I think it would have been interesting, like I said, if you had two protagonists, one in the Roman province and then the female protagonist in the past. So you'd have Bayek going through the Roman province of Greece, and then you'd have the like flashbacks to either this time or Alexander the Great. But they're going down this route, which is fine for them. Like I said, I'm going to do a series on it, probably starting with details on Sparta and Athens, a little bit about the war, and arms and armor and famous people. I know they're carrying the spear of Leonidas, so from 300, but it'd be interesting to actually talk about Leonidas and his story. Please actually put down in the comments what you want me to do with this little series, what you want really to understand in terms of the history of the setting. That would be fantastic, and it help me tailor my content for you. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please like, and like I said, comment down below your thoughts and feelings, and subscribe if you enjoy looking at the real history of video games and you want to see more in the future. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.